about your sump system here.
This is the Crystal Reef Aquatics CRA SR60. Real simple. It's not a true bean animal or whatever. There's no siphon. It's just quieted down as much as possible here. So I'm actually draining through both the primary and the secondary. The emergency is still clear. All this is a tray with a filter pad inside that we run. I run that maybe once a week or so, and then I take it offline. 2 bags of carbon. Inside of there, that's what kind of keeps inside of there, keeps the water clear. I never clean the sump, I just let it go. This section over here, that's what I refer to as a cryptic refugium. It's sponges, bioblocks, some rock. That's all it does is grow sponges all day long. It's never lit other than the ambient lighting underneath there from the LED strips. I don't run any carbon reactor. That's one thing I do not run is a carbon reactor. I just use carbon bags. Haven't seen a difference between running a reactor and bags. Big skimmer, it does a business, it skims. You know, it's one of my favorites. I really like the Reef Octopus skimmers. My second favorite are like the Simplicity line. I really like that line as well. Last but not least for my dosing, that's the calcium reactor right here. So that's the calcium reactor, big old 20 pound bottle of CO2.
How many gallons is that?
About 35 gallons.
And how long does that last you?
About 2 weeks. So basically I run a hose from over there in the garage out here, and we do that there. So all that stuff dumps in there. Right here is my kalkwasser reactor. It pulls from my auto top-off container, and I dose 1,600 mils a day.
This is the ice cap one that has the magnet deal that's automatic stirs it.
And that's a Komora X1 and doses 12 times a day. So it splits that 1,600 up multiple times a day. Sorry, doses 24 times a day, I apologize. So every hour. It's every hour it doses, it mixes 4 times a day. Every 4 hours it mixes for a minute, just to get everything up and going. And that's what does it here. You know, kalkwasser has an added benefit of helping keep my phosphates down.
Yeah, that's one thing I've heard about kalkwasser as well, that it binds the phosphates or something like that, so that you're able to either skim it or use filter socks to get it out.
Because I'm really Euphyllia heavy, so like 2 or 3 times a year I get my Euphyllia to spawn.
Really?
Yeah, so I have gold torches that are spawned in the 120 outside. These guys are babies. I have pictures of these guys as tiny little nubs. So what I did is I decided, like, since these spawn so regularly, I want them to see if they'll trigger the rest of them to spawn. So I mean, I tried it out first in the 120 out there. What I did is I saw them started to spawn about an hour and a half after lights out. I saw the white clouds coming up out of them, and then what I did is I grabbed one in a bucket in a bowl as it was still spawning, and I took it over to the 120 and I dropped it down and I let it finish its spawning in there, and then I just kind of brought it back and put it in here.
Oh wow.
It was like super late. It was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I can't remember, but after I did it, I just kind of forgot about it, and it was actually a customer who pointed out to me like, "Hey, you have baby torches in here." I was like, "Tell me, are they gold?" They're like, "Yeah, it's gold torches." Like, all right, it worked. So if I can get that to happen in here, then I obviously want it to happen some more. These guys are children of these guys.
Really?
Yep. The whole 3 of them. They're hybrid and children of them.
How often would you say you've gotten them to spawn in 1 year?
I would say maybe twice, 3 times a year.
Imagine if you can get that to be a constant thing, like now.
Oh yeah, I want to spawn holy grails all the time.
Yeah, but not just what that means for the hobby as well, because it'd be cool to be able to pretty much aquaculture your own, and not have to. This whole conversation is about people worried about taking so much from the ocean and, making it a more sustainable hobby by growing your own things. I mean, that's awesome. But I'm glad you mentioned, holy grails, because that's exactly what I was going to ask. I'm assuming that's the infamous holy grail there. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Is this what I'm hearing now called the tiger or something? Yeah. I mean, that is nice too. Is that,
and those are cotton candies, and I have a couple of different ones in there. So like I'm actually building a new 8-foot grow system in the shop.
So part 2 to this video, we got it.
Yeah, and it's going to be for SPS grow out. I would love to be able to get some of the OG pieces, you know, way back in the day, the Validias and the Paletta pink tips and the bonsais, and just put them back in those colors, because I mean there are people right now that are selling Garf bonsais as something completely different, and it's because it's new. It's not new. It's Garf bonsai. You just got it and stuck it on their LEDs.
They put their own
and they
name
look
on
different.
it.
Yeah. So I mean that's fine. You know, do what you got to do, man. Like I'm not a big fan of the naming game. You won't really find too many names of things. Trade names, sure.
So let's move on to your last tank here. Let me move this thing here.
All right, so this is a Elos 120. So it's not 120 gallons, it's actually 90 gallons.
This is
right?
the Elos tank.
Yeah, this is the Elos. It's made with, Elos has patented their diamond panels, which are extremely hard to scratch.
Really?
Way harder to scratch than Starfire I can scratch like 5 seconds. But this diamond line stuff, as much abuse as we put through this tank, rock in and out and stuff like that, you know, it's still like stupid hard to scratch.
Yeah,
you know, and it's ultra clear. It's I want to say it's a couple percent more clarity than regular Starfire stuff. And this is what I call my low tech tank. I got this tank from Francois at Elos. And it's been kind of one of my biggest demonstration tanks. You know, it's actually the size and style of tank that we sell the most of. 120 being my most popular tank is what we sell a lot of.
Really?
120 is the perfect size tank. But this tank, it goes to show what you can kind of do with a decent budget. And if this was the only tank that you can have in your home because you lived in an apartment or something like that, I would say get the Ferrari or Lamborghini of it. It's ultra, super duper quiet, really simple to set up. All 4 panels easily lift off and remove. You know, it's a very simple, this tank is set up extremely simply. And you would think that these are light, but lift it up.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Right, really. So that's marine grade wood that is epoxied all the way over to make them waterproof, and all 4 sides are removable, so you can pop off all 4 of the sides, even with it built just like this already. So this is what I
with the sump.
Yeah.
Or did the sump?
So it did come with my sump as part of a kit. So the sump was built by Bash C for Elos, with the ATO right there, and basically it's a very simple sump. We got the water. This is where the water enters here into the sump, into our filter solid. Again, big proponent of no filter socks. Skimmer, UV sterilizer. As you see, all of my systems are running UV sterilizers. It's really great, like I said before, clarifying the water, keep bacterial pathogens down, you know, cyano, all that cool stuff. A reactor there, carbon reactor, marine bio block, and a Core 20 return pump. That's it. That's all for filtration. And rock and sand.
Simple.
Super duper simple. So this is my kind of a demo tank. So what I do here is mostly for YouTube and other things. I'll choose a theme or a thematic that I want to try or attempt. I can't really do that over there anymore. It's just too much work to mess with stuff. But if I want to try something, if I want to do something, if I want to say, hey, I want an all Euphilia tank this time around, or an all hammer tank for 6 months or so, I can do that here. I can say, all right, cool. I have access to all these hammers, all this Euphilia, all these things. I can really make a completely hammered out tank for 6 months. It looks really good. And I've actually had customers come in and just choose to buy the entire rock as it is with the corals on it.
Oh, wow.
And I've done that maybe like 6 or 7 times already. Like this is all brand new. Like this rock has probably been here maybe a month or 2, and I'm just starting to populate it with stuff. So they would just say, I want this entire structure with all the hammers on it. And I was like, okay, cool, if it's in a bucket, let's go.
Wow.
But they put that directly into their tank as an instant hammer garden. So it allows me to do that, to experiment, try new things, try new products. keeps, you know, places where it's really hard to dedicate an entire tank to just black widows or something like that. But here I have 2 in here and they're growing. Sometimes it can be hard with some corals, like meat corals, if you want a place for them to recover or whatever. Sometimes you just do better in a dirtier tank, you know, filthy tank where they have a lot more nutrients in there than over there. And they do fantastic in here. Meat corals are really fluffy and stuff, really you know, in here. And you know, makes it super duper easy to maintain. I can easily lift out the rock, catch any fish that I want to try out in the big reef. I sometimes use these 2 guys as my will they get along fish, you know, so I'll add them in here after they've gone through quarantine and say, well, will they get along?
Man, but you know, I'm assuming every fish that's in every system has already been through quarantine,
yes.
Right? Yeah, because powder brown, that's a powder brown, right?
Yeah.
Or a gold rim, powder brown. They're susceptible to it, yet
Very
this one, the skin, it's flawless.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're running out of time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I just want to, you know, finish this saying thank you again so much for inviting us over here. I'm going to use my last few minutes that I have to go pick out some coral because I'm not coming here. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving empty-handed for sure. I just, you know, you definitely have a beautiful setup, man. I mean, actually, you have beautiful setups.
I appreciate it.
Guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure that if you like this video, you make sure you comment down below, make sure you subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, look out for a really cool coupon code in the description of the video for TRSC Aquatics for a limited time. You guys will be able to take a couple of bucks off just for being an amazing supporter and subscriber to this man's fantastic channel. I've been watching him for a while. I was super excited when I saw him at the show. Definitely wanted him to stop by and see what we were working with here and just learn a little bit more about him and for him to learn a little bit more about TRSC. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with us today.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.